Karen here from Stamping on the Back Porch.
And Tim.
And welcome to today's Valentines Day edition of Facebook Live. I have a bunch of projects to do today, so grab your cup of coffee or tea and settle in. I was thinking this should really be two different shows, but you know, if you're going to do something with Valentines, you want to get your supplies now. So announce yourself when you come in so we can say hi to a few of you, and then we'll get moving on. So we're going to be using the Yummy in My Tummy and then the Sweet, the Sealed with Love, a bundle, and the nice little coordinating papers. So these are the projects that we'll be using today. At the end, I will show you a bunch of cards. We're going to start with some projects. So who here does Valentines? You send to people? Oh, I need to look at my thing here. Put my glasses on so I can read. Okay, let's see.
Oh, it's the new one, not the old one.
Oh no, I've got the old one. So I need to have you find it for me, so I'm not sure. And we'll put it down here. So I'll go ahead and get started. Okay, I'm going to put these things aside right now. And we're going to start with a super simple Valentine's card. You know, if you have kids, they would get a real kick out of making this. It'd be fun to make it for kids too, but this is really kind of a kid's idea, so you can see what I'm going to do here. I am taking the letter U from an alphabet set. And then I've taken the Sweetheart Punch, and I am going to do that, so you can guess what that's going to be. Oh, hi, Sylvia, Lisa, Jill, wonderful. Pam, Kimberly, Gwen, wonderful, wonderful. Oh, Debbie, I'm thrilled to have you guys on.
I'm going to try to make this a little more centered.
Debbie says 76 and sunny. Oh, just, you know, rub it in, but actually it's a gorgeous day in Minnesota. I'm going to go for a walk as soon as this is over. It's sunny out, and it's 30s or 40-ish, but actually that's really pretty weather when the sun is out. So here's my card, and it's, of course, I think you can guess what it's going to say. Can you move the camera back closer to Karen?
I'm trying.
Oh, okay. He's trying. That's the official answer here. Vicki says she loves our Minnesota weather today too. So, yep. Hi, Vanessa. Rachel. Okay. And then I'm going to put, instead of the letter, how cute is this? For I love you. The kids would have
Tell him I'm sorry.
a lot of fun. Tim is sorry. He's really trying to. Monica says she doesn't usually make Valentine cards, but she is this year. How fun. But how fun would kids have with this idea? Can you look through and see how that looks? Can you see it? And this is just a heart punch, and, you know, give them some papers. So we'll set that one aside.
Okay, I'm sorry. I'm trying to. Okay. What do you got? That's good.
Is it good now? Okay.
Yeah.
Is Tim doing okay now?
That's right.
Right there.
Right in the middle.
Okay, so everyone got the I love you card. Okay, started off with a really simple one, but I think kids would really like that. So our next project
There's a melt that fell on the floor.
is this little treat bag. So it's got your little, it could have more in it than that, or it could be any shape, but another really fun, quick little detail. And these, again, are things that kids could make. So with this, I have a piece of real red cardstock that is 7 inches by 2 inches, and I scored it at 3 and 4. So we'll go at 3 and 4, and it's just based on how wide my candy is. This could be wider. So what's fun is you can always start with the base of what you have, and it looks like I could put about 3 candies in there if I wanted, but it's just the idea. So it could be a cute little table piece. And then I have, somebody name this punch. Something scalloped, something touch, or whatever. Louise said she's made that before. You know, sometimes it's hard for me to tell exactly which one you're talking about, but how fun is that? How easy is that? I have a little of the white ribbon from the same set. Just tie your little thing on top. And then I have a piece of paper that's 1 3/4 square. And I cut out one of these little hearts. Now, the Sweet and Sassy Thinlits also go with it, so you could use that to put them out, but I'm kind of assuming if you're going to do these with kids, you know, you're going to hand cut, and they're really easy to hand cut. So this would be really cute to make a lot of these. Scallop tag topper, that's it. Couldn't think of all the names. Sherry says, finally catching you live. Wonderful. Okay, so that's the second idea. And you know what I just have decided to do after these? So I have a couple on my blog today, but I'm turning some of these ideas into my just a minute videos, so you don't have to watch the whole thing if you want to catch something again. Oh, I love seeing thumbs up and hearts go by. I don't even know how you do that. So that's, you know, news to me. Here's the Sweet and Sassy framelits that I just wanted to show. We'll go with it. Okay, so our next thing, I think this is really funny. I made this a month ago, this cute little mailbox. And I saw it on a blog post by No Biggie. It's just kind of a crafting site. So I quickly made this with Stampin' Up! Things, and now I'm seeing a whole bunch of, you know, everyone kind of has their variation on this theme, so it's just very fun. So this is mine, and I made mine so it just pulls out, and you can have the candy there. And again, I do them so you can kind of fit any kind of candy. So to do this...
Except the big Snicker bars don't work.
Yeah, well... If Tim wanted, it's just that you'd want to pile up a few. I could easily make one that big, but you know, if you had one Snicker bar, Tim, you know, you'd have to pile up. I think that'd be asking for a lot. That's overkill for Valentine's, right? You know, Tim doesn't think so. One for every day for a week or something like that. That might work.
But I don't do dairy, so I don't even do Snicker bars anymore.
So these were the little bars that I had, and I just stuck 2 together with the tear and tape adhesive. And then I just measured, they were just 1 inch wide. So I made the base 1 inch by 3 inches. Put this on. Tim, I should have you check and just make sure you still can see the whole part I'm working on. And then I just scored right there to get my front part to go up, because this really didn't matter. There's nothing really important about it.
This is how much you see from here.
Okay.
Back.
Perfect. So now I'm going to use the little scalloped edge thing right there. And the trick to using this is to do it upside down so you can actually see that you're getting it right in the corner. The Reed says, is that a nugget in the box? I think they're nuggets, but they're not the little high curvy one that I kind of thought. I just told him to get some mini candy bars, and you know, so that's why I think anything works. The little nuggets would certainly work. So this becomes my base, and I attach that so I could slide it in and out. So then, I'm just going to take that off right now. To make the mailbox...
This is called Crackle. I don't know.
This is Crackle. It's just assorted. There are all kinds of little goodies in there. Hershey's. Yes, red. Hi, Jody. Thanks.
Tell them, don't get the ones that have the end sticking.
Yeah, I send Tim to do all my shopping, you know, so I think he does a good job, and then I work with whatever. I just say I don't want those flaps, those edges that come out, because that doesn't, just like the closed edges.
And most of them do. So you have to,
so you kind of have to watch that. So then for my curved part, I knew I wanted that 3 inches was going to be a good look, and then I'm just going to need to put that under there. So I cut a piece. Whisper White cardstock that is 5 by 2, and I'm going to score that. I made one already. See, 1 1/4 I did for the base. I measured what I thought the base should be, and then since I wanted 3 inches, I'm going to go 4 1/4. So now when I fold these, and when I do the little just a minute video on some of this, I will have the exact, so to see how that's going to fold up just like that. So because this is curved and I want to catch it really well, I'm going to use this tear and tape adhesive. Absolutely love this. I use this so much. And you see there, I have it over the edge, but it just never matters. I can just curl it back in each other, so it's very forgiving. Okay, so there's my shape. And then to put my paper on, I want this to cover just the 3 inches, and then I want it just a wee bit. Ooh, I didn't cut that a wee bit, so I'm going to pretend. Hi, Jane, Patty. Great to have all of you on. Now, you know, you're going to want to cut this on a cutter and get it straighter, but since this is all just showing, because that's just really lovely, don't you think? But I've got the 3 inches, and I'd want it 1 3/4 since this one is 2. So I wonder who's going to get this one. You know, I'll give it to Tim. You know, because it's not going to be straight. But it's totally fine, right? So to curve this around, I'm going to put the tear and tape on the side. It's the easiest way to attach paper on a curved spot. Then I'm going to put this in the middle. Just put that on and then fold it over, watching the straight edge to keep it straight. And that's how that goes on. Hi, Patricia, Linda. Wonderful. Melinda says, love the mailbox. Thank you. And Irene. Okay, so here's the mailbox. This is the part that goes in. Then to decorate it, and I'm not even seeing that here, but I'm going to show you. This is all paper out of that cute paper set. So on my little mailbox, you can see I used one of them here, and I used another one here. Just the little squares off of this. So I'm not going to even do this. But this is... Then I use just a strip of paper, and I had one here, but I don't see it. But you can imagine that. And then I use the little heart from, this is from the little hearts, the little accessories. Do you know how to do that? You know, I forget to turn my cell phone off because hardly anyone has my number. I rarely get calls. I just use it for my family, so I just never think about it. This can be colored red right with the marker. And now you might want to use a tweezers to do that, but since I don't have one, I'm just using the edge of my marker and bouncing it around. It all works. Just do what you can do, right? Then you'd want to just let that dry a minute. But that is, and I just put that on with a glue dot. So there is this cute little mailbox. That makes sense? Any question? Beth says, wouldn't it be easier to place the pattern paper on before you glue the white together? You can try that, but what I've found, you know, when you curve paper, if it's curved together and already attached, sometimes you get little gaps. So for me, this is easier. And especially if you put glue on it all. I don't know if you've ever done that with other paper and then you try to curve it. So this has just been my easiest way around that. But, you know, this is just paper. Try whatever. You might find a better way than I have, and that's all good.
I think they're going to start selling stretchy paper for the outside. So
I think that Tim could work on that.
Yes,
I think, you know, that could be a new product that he would do.
yes.
Sandy says these would be great for my coworkers. They would. They'd be just cute to go around and put on people's desks. Or, you know, if you have crafty kids that like to make something fun for their thing, you know, these are just kind of fun ideas. Then, and since we're still kind of on... Oh, here, I'll show it. I love this. So this is my favorite. I love, we've always called it gifts of writing. We've often, when the kids were younger, we would give, I'll have to find a couple of those, but the kids would write something about what they do with their brother, sister on their birthday. So what this is a little book, or it's a little envelope folder. And do you see how each of these just pull right out? They stick right in there. So my thoughts about this for Valentine, you know, of course you could put in coupons and give it to somebody, you know, fun that way. But my other thought was, let's say you have 4 kids. I have 4 of them. You could do any number of these, you know. So to have each child write to, say, to their parents or something, if you're the grandma, or vice versa, or to a neighbor, whatever. Or you could do one of those things like, what I love about you, have each child write different things. Or have each one be a different thing and make a booklet for someone. So just use all kinds of fun ideas. They could even just be quotes. So, and you can see this is just decorated. I'll look at this first. Again, this is more the paper, one of the great doilies. And these 2 little things are from the, I don't know where I put it, but they're, this is just the cutest set of framelits. And those two are gone because I was using them. Okay, so so that's there. I better not miss those. And then the little heart from there is what I used on the edge of these. And I just put these on with a glue dot. So it will stick on the outside and then pull out. This would be really fun photos too, to put photos on these and mail to a grandma or something like that with your kids. So I think, how cute is that? And then I just, I'm liking the hearts and the thumbs up. Oh, is this fun? So
if you know who Jimmy Fallon is, on Friday night he writes thank you cards. So maybe Karen and I can incorporate that time.
Yeah, right. Thank you cards.
We could write thank you cards.
Tim did a video. It's an old video about writing thank you notes to Stampin' Up. And then the last one was just hilarious. It was a thank you to Shelley and her husband for always going with us on our family vacation each year. I thought, yeah, that's right. But anyway, I love this little heart with the arrow too, but just a really sweet idea. So just to show that real quickly, this is the inside packets. So as I mentioned, I would just put that. So I'll set that aside. I'm using smaller envelopes. You could use bigger ones, but this just seemed like a cute size. And these are from the cards and envelopes you get together. I'd used the cards, layered them on something else. I used the cards for something else, in other words. So I had some of these left over. So to make these, you're just going to take the flap like that. Even numbers work best because your back is going to, let's see.
Can I interrupt?
Yes.
I just got an idea.
It really doesn't matter. Tim got an idea. We better go with it.
Karen hates to lick envelopes, so I have to lick envelopes. So I've decided I'm going to do it what she just did.
Oh, yes, she's
going to start using those.
Snail them all.
I'm going to snail them all. Why not? Why don't you?
Actually, I got in one of those little rolly things with water, I
never use it.
But, he never uses it. So, do you guys like to lick envelopes? What's your way around that? I always like the self-sealing, for the bigger things, but every now and then he comes home with the ones that aren't. Going, this is for you then. Okay. And then see how this just folds up? So this becomes the front. And then we have each of these to just tuck these in. So anyway, this is my favorite idea of the day. I could see using this for all kinds of different occasions. Now when it comes to the back, so I have 4 envelopes here. You could do 6, 8 really easily. And on this last one, I just cut this off. And again, if you used a paper cutter, that would probably be a lot smarter. Yeah, I'm sure it would. But there is your little book. You could tie it up with ribbon if you like, or anything else. Oh, Kathy just uses a damp sponge. Tim, Kathy to the rescue. A damp sponge would be easy. You don't even need the roller thing. So see, you can tell I don't do the envelopes. He does that part. Oh, and so does Monica. So good. Jane uses Scotch tape. Well, we do that if they don't stick very well either.
Well, we do it all.
Yes. Okay. So now on to Yummy Monster. Here's some more ideas that are really going to be for kids, of course. So this time I've stamped the Yummy Monster, and I wanted to point out this kind of coloring. Sometimes you think you have to color everything, but I think it's really fun to just color around something, kind of get the little borders. So that's just adding a bit of color. And I stamped it on the front card and then put it through double like that, right through. So I got my hole right there. And this is for if you want to do something that's not candy. Found this totally fits. At the dollar store you get, 8 of these, is it whatever little. But I thought, how cute is that? Now that's his little tummy. And if you look at this, he'll stand up. So I thought, another fun idea for to just put something at the table, but it's just a cute idea that isn't candy when you want to change. It's Play-Doh. That's right.
Oh, Marty said they made their kids lick them. They like doing. Oh, that's funny. Okay, so that's idea number 1. Here's my next one. Here's one if you like to putz. Because this one's a little putzier, but I thought from the same stamp set, I took the little sending love, and you'll see all the same papers, and you open it, and here is the monster with all these hearts. And I thought, isn't that fun? So to make this card, I made this a little smaller just because I just wanted to cut down a little. So whatever size you choose to make it. And see, I stamped the monster right in the middle, or somewhat in the middle. Not exactly in the middle, but it's okay. And then this time for coloring, I'm going to put the other one there so you can see that. I'm only going to do a little bit of it. As I know I've talked about this before, but sometimes it's good to see things a few times. If you go around and do little circles around the edges.
This is a technique that she learned from me.
Yeah. And then you come in with your blender pen and you keep bringing it in. It'll be just a nice soft color, kind of dark around the edges.
I'm serious, Karen.
But softer
I
in
did
the...
that a couple of weeks ago.
Yes, that's right. Tim did. I'm forgetting. And he still owes cards to a couple of you and cookies. He has been under the weather. He is finally seeing the light of day, so they will be coming soon. But see how fun that is? You can just bring the color in, and there, the red belly, it's just a soft look kind of coming into the middle too. So then to make the little string here, I have my little baker's twine. And from this same thinlits, Kimberly said, cute idea to put coupons in. Good for one batch of chocolate chip cookies. Oh, yeah. You know, Tim should mail out one of these. I have a batch of cookies in each of the 4 slots. I'm not sure. He's looking at him. Okay. So now I've cut these out, and I cut out 4 of them. But I'm just doing 2 to show this. And then I'm going to cut off 1 because it was just too big to have 2 of them. 1 wasn't enough. 2 is too many. Okay. And now I know, so see, these will go, they're going to go right on top of each other. And I know I've showed using this silicone mat before with all the other different tape, but I also just thought I'd show it is good for any kind of adhesive. So there I've used my Snail, and you see it went way off the edge, but look how it just pills right there. And I might still have to clean that up a little, but it's not getting my paper messy, or my table. I used to do my table and then just scrub it off, but this is even easier. So this will be the first one. And I'm going to just lay that down. And then I will do the second one. Tim is, he's not totally, but he's on the mend. He did have to go in, and it's because he has asthma. Everything kind of settled back into asthma. So it's, it's okay. So look how simple that is. So I just did this twice. That way it will fold. So I wanted it to be able to fold to close up. And then you'll see I just cut off his little paws and put them on top. And again, with there, I used the little tear and tape. So I just love that stuff. And just put it on there. So that is how that card is made. Any questions on that? I just think that is a cute idea. So I love the sending love. And then there is the love you sent, all the hearts. Okay, and one more with the Merry Monster. So I'm doing 3 different ways of coloring, of course, since I'm doing 3 cards. This time, I'm doing it out of the watercolor paper. Oh, and by the way, this one was the shimmery white because I'm using the blender pen, and I just, I want to work it enough to do that. The first one was just regular because I was just using a marker. Oh, I appreciate all the comments. Love seeing all that. So that's great. So with this time, and a cool idea that I forgot to mention last time is that when you're watercoloring, if you spritz the back of your paper first so it's wet, it will dry much flatter. So that's a really good way of keeping that. I think it was Patty Bennett maybe that shared that tip, and I had not realized that. So with this one, I'm taking red and orange. So I'm doing it red and yellow, Daffodil Delight. And I'm going to be doing it differently than I've done other times because we keep changing things. And my middle is going to be covered, so I don't really care what's on it. I am going to just kind of put a background all over on that. And then I will squeeze this out. Oh, Sandy asked, what do you use to stamp your image before you color? On this one, I did use, and on the other one, whenever I watercolor, I like to use StazOn. Now, the black archival ink from Stampin' Up! Also works, but I've had one that didn't work really well, so I kind of mostly just stick with StazOn, but really either of those. And then I'm going to come in. Whoa, I didn't mean to come in with that much red, but see? Oh, well, you're going to see my other one. This monster is just a monstrous mess. Okay, if you get too much on, this is one thing you can do. I wanted him to change and kind of be a little orangey. I'm going to have to do a 1-minute video about this and make sure it's a little better than this one. So let's go over some of this and see if we're getting a little orange. A little. You know, he's just a messy monster. Our grandson loves this book about the messy monsters during the night. So I think this would be a great little card, and this could be the messy monster. Okay, he's looking okay. Then I'm going to set that aside to dry. So, you know, it can be totally messy. Now, I made one of these right before the show, so I'm not even sure how dry it is, but we'll see. Oh, it is dry. Okay. So do you see how it's dried nice and flat instead of curled up? I think that's awesome. And here I have the colors a little lighter, but, you know, they're all going to be good. You want them to be all different. And I actually think I might be getting attached to this wild one here. I think that actually I might prefer that one. So wipe off my hands. So next I'm going to put this on with, I'll just put it on with the Snail. Somebody asked what Snail was, and I thought that is such a weird thing for this. This is what we call this adhesive. It's Snail adhesive. I guess because it moves along like a little snail. I'm just not quite sure. And I'm putting this on the 3 colors. I used yellow and red, which together make orange. So I just figured ahead of time I could just layer it on the 3. So now for his belly, I am going to put on, Carolyn says, spritzing the back of the paper is a wonderful tip. Oh, yeah, it makes, I've been making a bunch of watercolor cards, and it makes such a difference. Catherine says, aren't all monsters messy? Yeah, I would think so. Okay. Oh, I went a little crazy with these. I'll save a little of that for next time. But on his belly, I'm going to put these little mint patties. So again, this one's going to be a little treat, but I like them when it's just like a little treat. You don't need to give too much stuff. And if I can't peel this off, okay, and again, I'll just peel that back on. Okay, and look, whoop, I don't know if it matters if we read it because we're going to cover it. But there's his little belly, and then a stamp set right in Yummy in My Tummy.
Okay, I got to say something.
Yeah.
This is sitting off to the side, and I glance over, and I see the word Timmy.
Oh, in my
and
Timmy.
I says, oh, Karen must have made me a card.
I don't think so.
And it says Tummy.
Oh, someone asked about the watercolor, what I was using. So, you know, that is good. I start assuming you're with me every week, and it just kind of felt. But how cute is this? So here's the little belly card there. I just used let's see, where did I put that? I just used on an acrylic block right here, a couple of dabs of red ink refill, and then the Daffodil Delight. And then I'm using my aqua painter. And with an aqua painter, you can choose, if this is really dry, I'm going to just use my scratch paper here. If this is, do you see I got a lot of red on this? See how dark that is? Now, if I want to use just a light red, I'm going to get this nice and wet and then go in and pull it out, still have it nice and wet. And look how much I can just do it very light. So you get a lot of control using these aqua painters. This is just filled with water. And now before I go to yellow, I will just squeeze this and clean it till it runs clear.
Now, I think I could probably use that for doing envelopes.
Oh, Tim could have fun doing envelopes with these. You know, we want to make the experience fun because see, there are about 50 envelopes for him to seal up.
Right.
No, actually, he did most of them. Most of them have gone in the mail, but we always have more. I send out a lot of things, so that's good. So I hope that I answered the questions that way. Now, if you don't have the ink refills, you can also do this out of your ink pads. Sometimes it won't be quite as dark, but that works too. So we'll better cover all possibilities. Thank you for saying that. Sandy was saying that. So you see, I can draw for my color right from here too. I have to get rid of the yellow, but you see, I can pull that out too and then decide to paint from there. So you just have lots of choices. I use this idea if I'm going to do a bunch because I have to keep squeezing this so many times. It's just easier. But if you're just going to do something quick, using that ink pad is perfect. Okay, let's see where I'm at. I have, oh, it goes so fast. I think, oh, I have way too many projects to show, but it's because I probably don't do start to finish, but I hope you're seeing enough to kind of have the gist of everything.
Plus, she talks fast.
And I do talk fast, but I love to share a bunch of things, you know, in one time. So let me just mention a couple of things. First, here is another. This was the watercoloring technique that I showed. I don't know if it was last week or the week before. This is one of the cards you get in the Dragonfly Dreams card kit for me this month. So if you place a $50 order through my online store, you get 5 cards in the mail. 2 of them come finished and 3 of them as card kits. This one comes finished, but I also include another piece of the watercolor paper so that you can play with that idea yourself. And then they all have PDFs. And if you're on my mailing list, you want to be on my mailing list if you're not, because as another bonus, I've been featuring a new card each week lately in my newsletter, but I'm going to share 3 extra cards with their PDFs, at least 3. There may even be more next week in my newsletter. So, you know, when you have the PDFs available, you get the exact measurements, exactly how to do it. So sometimes that's just really nice to have on hand. And they're gorgeous cards. So if you have any questions, let me know about this. But this is an automatic thing you get in the mail if you place an online order. And to get on my email list, if you're not on it, just go to my website. You can go to either stampingonthebackporch.com or KarenTitus.com. They both get you there. And there will be a pop-up or there's a sidebar that just says, I want that. So just put in your first name and your email, and I'd love to do that. Okay. Oh, everyone's saying how much they like the little monster. So wonderful. Nancy Smith says, do you need the watercolor paper? You do if you're going to use the aqua painters and really flood it with water. The shimmery white also works. So actually you could use that too, but if I'm going to really use a lot of water and be spritzing, I like the watercolor paper. But you want either the watercolor or the shimmery white. Okay, that's fabulous. And so now, actually, Tim, I'm going to let Tim share something. He's going to share the very first card he ever made. And then I'm going to come back and do one card and then show you some other cool cards.
How long ago do you think this was?
Many years, early on, and I've been a demonstrator
20 years.
for 21 years, and this was early on. Can we see Tim?
I think so. Now, I got to tell you something. We got engaged on February 12th, 43 years ago. And the reason it was February 12th, it was 2 days before Valentine's Day, but I was so excited about getting engaged that I got engaged 2 days early. So that's something I remember. So when Valentine rolls around, it's a big day because it's Valentine's Day. Plus, it's kind of the anniversary of us getting engaged. And we got married 6 months later, which is kind of weird, but 4 months. February, March, April, May, June. Like 4 months later, it's really fast. Anyway, I made a card for Karen on February 12th, and I said, well, it really doesn't look like a lot of Stampin' Up stuff, but it says, Karen, the best thing I ever did was to ask you to marry me. Love, Tim. Can you see it? No, under here. Anyway, she said that I used the corner, whatever these things are. What do they call
Yeah,
them?
Tim said, but I didn't use any stamps. And I said, yeah, but you use tools. So this is a throwback. Who remembers these? Who remembers these corner things? Obviously, Tim didn't know what you did with them, but it made a fun little corner thing.
And the heart.
And the heart punch. And the square punch.
And the square punch.
And I remember that day because he disappeared into my room and came out with that. I had no idea what he was doing there because he never spent time in there. So it was just kind of fun with all my junk, you know. So anyway, I love that. And obviously I loved it. We've kept it forever. I had it hanging for many years.
And I am the sentimental one here. Karen just about doesn't remember that we have anniversaries and stuff. So, but anyway, I keep the memory alive. So anyway, do you want to look at our...
Kim says she has that corner punch still, so that's great.
Really, that cool? This was the anniversary of our engagement, and I will show you what the engaged couple look like. That is Tim and Karen, hippie couple from the 70s.
Pretty funny.
Karen had long, long hair. I had a big beard. I was from the Planet of the Apes, and she was my beautiful bride.
Okay, thank you, Tim. Now I'll come
Let's
back
just
and...
let's just leave those there.
Yeah, that's right. Okay.
We'll steady them.
Tim can put them on his desk, you know, and do that. So.
Oh, look at all the hearts coming by.
Oh, Tim is loving that, you guys. Oh, you make his day. You know, he is awesome. I need to mention again, I forgot to mention, is why I need to mention it. This is the host code if you do order on my online thing, but you can also go to my website, get it there, and then click on order right there. But it's SYZQC9NF. And when you've placed an order, you will be invited into the Back Porch Stampers, which is just for customers in downline. And we're doing some really fun challenges and fun things there. So you'll want to be a part of that. Oh, here's Tim interrupting.
Polyester suit.
Oh, yeah. Isn't that a still? Look at that. Yes.
Karen's like her little ruffles, and it looks like a Pioneer Girl's dress.
Doesn't it? And I don't think I've worn ruffles since. I am so not a ruffles girl.
Look at that big tie. Isn't that nice? I like that.
Okay. Our next card, and actually the last one that I'm doing, but then I have great ones to show you, is this fun, Sending Love. And this could be anything, you know, but I think I love this design on a card. It's perfect when you don't want to have to say a lot because, you know, you're just going to write where you aren't going to. Oh, Tim wants to know what people are saying. Oh, Maryland, do you go by Mary or Maryland? I don't even know. Oh, we're getting beautiful couple. Love. Oh, that's great. So sweet. Oh, people like you, Tim. So that's great. Okay, so this is the quick card that we're going to do. This has a base card of 5.5 by 4 1/4. So this is your full sheet of cardstock cut in quarters, actually, cut in fourths, and then 1 1/4 inch down. That's how you typically do measurements. So the next layer will be 5 1/4 by 4. And this from the same pack of paper. You can see I've been using this in every single card today, so it's just kind of fun. It's I think it's $10. You get a whole bunch of sheets, and you can just see all these fun things that you can do with it. Now, by putting the paper at 2 inches for this part, what's great is you can get 3 out of each piece of paper, so it's a very easy thing. And then I'm going to score this. Doesn't need my scoring thing again. At 2 1/4.
What were your ages? I got Karen and I got married on the eve of my 25th birthday.
That's why he really remembers our anniversary. Don't let him kid you, you know.
And Karen's 11 months younger than I am. So she was just into her 24th year. I was
but
just
we were both 24.
exiting.
Okay. So this is how we're going to layer this card. Isn't that fun? So I'll just put a little tape there and put that on the back here. Put some snail here. Layer that. Okay, and then I have these two pieces. And of course, this could all be adapted to what you want it to be, but the measurements of these, I'll start with the red. So the red piece, Tim's still trying to read comments because he just loved this, so. He even said she had long hair like Karen back then too. I think we all did, didn't we? It's just pretty funny, I think. I just have to laugh, but you know. So this is 3 3/4 by 2 1/4, and actually I probably should have mentioned this one first because this is probably the easier one. This is 3 1/2 by 2, so that's really easy. And then you just want to think of a 1/4 inch bigger to make your frame. Okay, and to put on this, I've used the Sending Love. I'm not even going to stamp, but here, I'll finish it later. But these are the 2 thinlits I've used out of that set. So I've just put these through. And I'll pop this one up. And I've forgot my little popper. But that's okay. I think you guys know what I mean. Oh, I shouldn't have finished my cards before I sent Tim, right? This will do it, because he's not exactly sure what I'd be sending him to get. Okay, but here's going to be my, but is that just cute? I think that is so this is the base, what goes down first, and then this part I just absolutely love. This pops right out, and then these middle 2 pop up. They've got little score lines. So how cute is that? I layered this on top of this, and that's how you get that look. See that under it? And I just used glue dots to put that on, then added the little red heart embellishment. So a really quick and easy card. Catherine had a pixie cut. Oh yes, who was the skater back in the day that we were all getting haircuts like too? I have to remember that. There was that skater that started that. That started this kind of pixie look. I should know her name, but I actually never went that way. I just stayed long. And I guess I've stayed kind of true to my hippie roots. I have never in my life had a permanent or colored my hair. So how funny is that? Okay, so I'm going to set that aside. And then I wanted to end... Yeah, this has run a little longer, but I have to show you some gorgeous other cards here. All are using this Sent with Love set. Is that what it's called? Is it Sealed with Love? Okay, all of these are using this. This one is by Kim Vogel, but she's used 2 of the larger hearts from the Sweet and Sassy. But here we've got that cute little Sending Love again and those 4 little hearts. So very cute card. And another one, just this is actually a little similar to the cover that I did, but she just has the Happy Valentine's Day and the little hearts there. And I have no name on that one. One of the best parts about being a demonstrator, I mentioned this before, is the lovely swaps. You know, we get to participate. I think this is really fun. This is using that hearts embossing folder down the side. And then this is one of the stamps in the set. And then she's got a couple layer of hearts there. And a little tiny rhinestone on the Valentines. And this is Letitia Dinkle. I think that's really a pretty card. And there's some of that striped paper. And I will put all these things in my blog. It just takes me a couple of days to pull it together. This is Linda Larson's card. And this is another cool thing in this set. We've got this border. Just like this. It's this part right down here. And so this is what it, and then this makes envelopes. I'll show you that. But I thought, but isn't that cute? And then you'll see the same heart that I used. So that's very pretty. Here by Becky Edson. Here's the little envelope thing. And here's the heart border again too. And then she's added from the hot air balloon things, some clouds and a hot air balloon all about love. And I thought that's just really cute. And then use the love is in the air. That's very fun. This one is Charlotte Meniere. And this is very similar to what I used, you know, in the front of my booklet over here. I had the black, she did the silver, and I really like that. I love the silver. And then the Happy Valentine's Day. A little I love you in the bottom. Oh, Dorothy Hamill. Thanks, you guys. Mary says she was a hairdresser at that time and did many Dorothy Hamill haircuts. I think that's just funny because everyone will go in and ask for the Dorothy Hamill haircut. That's great. Lisa says, I love the border and the little envelopes in the set. Oh, I agree. And this one is fun. Here's another of the little wooden elements in that part, you know, that I used on the mailbox. This is Amy Combs, but I thought that was a really sweet addition to that. I just got the little lace doily here. Oh, and this is a fun one. Look at the pretty gold, done with that in gold. And then she's used that Jar of Love set and put Sending Love with the Valentines in there. And this is Laura Bartow. And I thought, isn't that fun? I thought that was really a lovely card. And now here is one with a little envelope. So isn't that sweet? And then she's added a little thing there with and look at the little notes in there, have little hearts on it. And there's even a little piece to do the liner. And then here's another little thing. So see, that looks like it would close up to a little love. So very cute with that. And that is Kim Vogel again. And Sealed with a Kiss, Sharon McNeely. Here's another of the side border. Just simply done and so cute. I love the little lips too, Sealed with a Kiss. And you know, might be limited who you are going to give that to. It's a really fun look. And you know, I love all these borders. Isn't that fun? And here's another little envelope and a fun little thing there. Just a very pretty layout. And this is Terry Snyder. And this last one is Jessica Hill, and I guess I didn't even take out the envelope yet. Whoops. Whoops. And you see how her little Sent with Love, you could sign that, make a little thing. Isn't that cute? It fits just right in there. So that all that comes with the set. And then she's got that on the bottom again. So how cute. So yes, a lot of these would be great for weddings. And you know, all kinds of things. So I wanted to show this now because if you're doing Valentine's, you want it soon. But this certainly isn't limited to Valentine's cards. I also think thank you from the bottom of my heart. Obviously, wedding things, anything that I'm thinking of you, you know, love you, sending love, you know, could be anything. So I think these are gorgeous cards. And I want to thank all of you for joining us today. And I'm going to challenge everyone. I did this last year too, and it was so fun to read the stories. When you're making Valentine's cards this year, think of someone to make one for that would never be expecting a Valentine's card. It's just really fun to bless someone who isn't expecting anything. And if you have, you know, an older neighbor down the street that doesn't have a lot of company or something, you know, have your kids make a card and bring down to deliver. So, you know, Valentine is just about sharing thoughtfulness and love and kindness. So thank you all. I think you guys have been a fabulous audience.
Can I say one more thing?
You sure can. Can Tim say one more thing? I'm surprised he's asking.
I work at Starbucks, and I'm on the cash register today, and I kind of look through the money in my thing, and I trade out money if I find something of interest to me. So this is what I found today.
What does it say?
1974.
Oh,
It's
because
either-
he knew we were doing the Valentine's so he thought he better
It's the year
better
we
share
got-
the year we got married. Some people collect coins because they might be valuable. Tim collects them because they have memories. You know, it's all good. Kathy said she always sends cards to someone who's widowed since last Valentine's Day. What an awesome idea. So I would love hearing what people do for that. Thank you guys so much for watching. I don't know if there were questions that I didn't answer. If I missed, I go back and look for them. I don't, you know, but feel free to always ask me questions when I'm doing things. And I hope amongst all these ideas, you found some things that will be fun and useful for you.
Hold that.
Is there anything you need to see again?
Yes, you.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay. So I just personally want to thank you. we both do for just being a part of our lives. I said, we were just thinking about this with Valentines and hearts and just thinking how grateful we are. We have loved what Facebook Live has done for our business and for our relationships. We feel like we're getting to know a lot of you, and many of you have been sharing the video, sharing the ideas. Just want you to know how much we appreciate you. And we'll be back next week. I'm not even sure what, but it will be fun, I'm sure. And I love that you guys say it's just fine. I can keep packing on ideas. I just, it's kind of me. I get started on something and I want to do a million things. So thanks for bearing with us.
One last check, see if there's any other questions.
Okay. I'm going to look down and see. Feel so loved. Now Linda said, we feel really loved, you guys. And seeing all the hearts go by, what a wonderful thing. You are all great. You're just a blessing to us. So thanks.
Thank
See
you
you next week. Bye.
Bye.